And all greetings, this is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come and say hello. I am called to return. I may not do those videos every day, but I will continue to communicate. And so we are between the eclipse, so all kinds of amazing possibilities are presenting themselves. For the past is the departure. For all past, present, and future has to be seen at one. So the past is we have moved out from the old. We're already in, and now we are in the unity. We are moving towards unity. And what is coming up in the future, the near future, is the understanding of the path of destiny, to fulfill our destiny, to become one with our mission, to become one with our soul. What we are working with is the work we are doing. We have to do certain work in order to achieve certain things. But the work is not about pain and struggle. It's about letting go and allowing ourselves to be guided step by step. And the outcome is forgiveness. For we're going to move into the state of forgiveness. For there is everything that we do not forgive is like a bondage. It is something that ties it up to the past. For the central theme of what I wanted to speak today is the understanding the love of the whole. For God is whole. There is all. This whole is far greater than anything we can ever dream of. For the wholeness of God, the wholeness of life. So as the ego, the individualized consciousness, there is certain things we like, certain things we don't like. There's certain people we resonate with, others we don't. If we don't resonate with someone, we can cut it out. But you still connect to the whole, and everybody is part of the whole. But we do not get lost in any detail. For loving the whole, loving life is far more important. So do not forget to call on your source, to remember your source, to your creator, and so it is important to love the whole, to understand you are part of the whole. The four eternal principle, the basic principle is that you are included within life. You can never be outside of life. Second principle is that one is all and all is one, for there is no separation within the one, otherwise it wouldn't be the one. Third principle, everything we give, we receive. The law of karma, the law of attraction. And the fourth principle is the law of transformation. Everything is in constant flux and transformation, except the source that does not change. We are all seeking to achieve. I know that Spirit is showing me that in my astral body, I already the mastery of certain psychic powers, amazing power, will be manifesting within my life once I'm very close. But every day I'm moving closer to this completion of this integration. But it's not something we can work on. We can only cleanse ourselves, our mind, our spirit, our emotion, to work on confronting whatever shadows we have in order to transmute it and be only light. But those gifts will be revealed naturally when it is the time. I was looking at a study that a lot of little children in school, the little children are completely refusing the Darwinian aspect, the fact that we are evolved monkeys and that everything started with a Big Bang. So they are adapting their knowing to the religion of their parents, but they do not believe in all those illusions that the world have created. They say, well, I'm writing that down because that's what's expected of me, but I do not believe that. It is not my truth. So it's like little children, but they're very advanced souls that are incarnating in this coming generation, this new generation. Very soon the extraterrestrial will have to be revealed to humanity, and the first one that will come will probably be the Yael or the Pleiades together. The Yael are they used to be called Assassins, now they call Yaels, and there is their speaker, the main speaker is named Bashar. It's an enlightened being. It's a marvelous being that communicates regularly. I recommend you tune in to Bashar's teachings through Daryl Anka. And the Assassini will be probably part of the first contact team associated with the Pleiades. They are very similar to us. They are humanoid, because if insectoid would come to be the first contact team, the people would be so scared. But soon after that, once we recognize the extraterrestrial humanoid, we'll be introduced to all kinds of extraterrestrial. They have all kinds of shapes and forms and sizes, and there may be a disclosure. First disclosure may come from the civilization that exists under the Earth's ocean, like in the movie The Abyss. There is advanced extraterrestrial that have always been at the bottom of the ocean, and it may be the easiest way. So that may come even this year or next year. And so once the mission will be accomplished, we're moving into the next step. We'll have to rest and recuperate. For there is it is very important to do meditation, to turn inside every day, no matter what, to open your line of communication, to reinforce your senses, to create peace of mind, to observe your emotion, to observe your thoughts without judgment and let them pass until you can. So it is very essential to continue to do those many this meditation every day, even if it's not for hours, if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a few times a day, it's always good. Understanding that everything is an expression of God. Rocks are an expression of God. Crystals are divine beings. Trees are divine beings. Animals are divine beings. Human beings are divine beings. Even planets are not things, they're divine beings. And stars are not things, they are also the manifestation of divinity. So there is consciousness within all things, and life is everywhere in the universe. The universe is teeming with life. It was created for the evolution of life, not just one planet in the whole universe. It's completely, I'm not going to say insane to believe that God would have created this huge universe and implanted life in only one planet and left everything else as some kind of cosmic debris. But so soon. Things will be revealed and they will become official, and will be so that's when the mission will start to come, because we're going to have to establish the ground basics with all the rest of humanity, so they can catch up on that program of ascension. For if you are not ascending, you would not be listening to those messages. There is 3 waves of ascension. The first wave will come, for there has been waves of ascension, but it was gradual. Now we're going to move closer to these great waves of ascension. There is 3 waves, and if you're part of the first wave, you have to stay here to assist the second and third waves. If you're part of the second wave, you'll be assisting the third wave, and now we're going to lead to this grand event when all the veils will fall, and it's going to be an ecstatic, magical moment. And so Spirit is telling me that soon I'm going to have to bring my message to the radio and television. I don't know, maybe I'll do a TV show to bring it to a larger audience. I'm going to have to tone down a little bit the content of spiritual understanding, but I'm ready to do that whenever the time comes. Right now we're living in a very challenging time, because Saturn is conjuncting the South Node, the past, and Saturn is the Lord of the past, the Lord of karma, responsibility, which is opposing the Sun in Cancer. Happy birthday to all the Cancer. The Cancer is the inner child, when the Capricorn is the parent. And so and Venus is moved into Cancer, so let's enjoy that. For Venus is comfortable in Cancer. For cosmic waves, there is constant cosmic waves that are accelerating the process. They come from all over the place. They come from the central sun. They come from great beings of light, angelic, super angelic. They come from the galactic. Everybody's working within their own plans and parameters to assist the planet, and we're receiving those energies which accelerate our path. But if you're getting too much of it, just ask to slow down. We're mostly when we sleep at night, we're working very actively with all kinds of programs that we're unaware of. We have this double life. A lot of what we call new energies are in a sense not new. Even the waves that come from the central sun have been traveling for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and so but they're not new. What is new is the ascension of this planet, and the planetary ascension from a third to the fifth dimension in a physical form with all its population is something that's never been attempted in the universe. So even those on the high plane do not know all that, how this will happen. Only God knows, and so trust that, for God will keep certain things hidden from us, but will reveal enough so that we have insight as we tune into this source of wisdom. And so for understanding that light is information and darkness is disinformation, and so in the internet there is both information and disinformation. It is a platform that serves both the dark and the light right now, and so because light is inclusion, love, feeling good, and darkness would be separation, fear, hatred, and so there is those, everything is used on the internet. So it's like so just be very discriminating in what you choose to expose your consciousness to. So do not feed in, even if it is to oppose anything that is dark, you're feeding it in some sense. So it's about loving the whole independently of all the minuscule details that could be negative. For the whole, it's all about love, all about light, all about freedom. And so we have to discriminate for there is a fine line for it. We have to allow free speech, but where do we draw the line between free speech and hate speech or disinformation? And so those are questions that are coming up in the media. Who makes the choice? Because when those who make the choice have some often have political agendas. So it's about 0010 free speech, the Ascension Code. And when we discovered physics and physics, Newton, physics and chemistry a little bit down later, we discovered the world of atoms and particles, which is a wonderful world, magical, full of mystery and wonders. But it is the surface of something that is far greater. For the physical universe, it's just the tip of a huge iceberg. For there are civilizations everywhere that exist beyond the world realm of this carbon-based biological forms. And so there are civilizations. Venus is a very advanced civilization that will assist us in the transition, the Jupiterians. There are countless civilizations that are beyond the ability for our eyes to decipher. Anything beyond the third dimension is above our vision. Once we enlighten, we become enlightened, we open ourselves to the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, seventh dimension. The higher we go, the more spiritual the revelation will come, the more we'll be able to integrate spiritual vision. But so this physical chemistry world is a surface thing, and so once they discovered that, the scientific community has chosen to disprove or disregard the fact that everything is made from these four elements, when they are the elements of magic and transformation. The earth, which is at the root, the water, which is as the navel, the fire, which is at the plexus, solar plexus, and the air or the ethers, that is at the heart. And those are your four elements for magical transformation. And if we go even deeper within the construct of the invisible matrix, we find there is a triple sacred flame, a blue flame of power, a pink flame of love, and a yellow flame of wisdom that is inside even all the elements. For the elements are intelligent living beings. So I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull a few more cards. And so just work with your elements, work with your chakras, work with your intuition, work with your magic, for magic will soon come. I know that Spirit is showing me a wonderful reality that is before me. I just need to hold on the time that it actually manifests, so I can feel totally empowered, and I know this cleansing is happening and manifestation will come. It is just, things don't always happen in human timing, but they always happen in divine timing, for our God Self knows, and our God Self is universal. It is already beyond anything we can conceive at this time, yet it is really where it is our destiny to fuse in our consciousness with this God Self and find eternal freedom. So I encourage you. And the highest wisdom is the Father, is tuning your thoughts to your Father. Say, I salute you, Lord Creator. To remember your source, to turn your thought to the source always as much as possible, to imbue, to remember, to call on your source, to call on your Creator. What we need to understand is the art. To use the art for embellishing our life, to stay focused on the present, to stay creative, for God is a creator. And we were given this power of creation. Even our power is not as unlimited as God's power. But what we need to do is galactic, is reconnect to our galactic nature, to our Pleiadian nature, to our Arcturian nature, to our Syrian nature, to our Andromedan nature, to our Cassiopeian nature, to our Pegasian nature, to our Andromedan nature. All those amazing Orion nature. All those are very advanced frequency that we can always tune in. And our consciousness will be able to eventually tune in, like we had many screens and of communication with all those civilizations. When we move into our connected light body, and the outcome is the Grand Priest or Grand Priestess. It's about regaining all our powers of Creator. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm going to sing a song. Just I hope maybe you want to sing it along. It's a very old song, but it's a feel good. It's a gospel song. It's called Amazing Grace. It's something that tuning to this amazing grace that we will eventually to move into this frequency of divine grace and allow ourselves to flow within the flow. It goes like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved the wretch much like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. So we are here, let us be in this divine grace, let us become as much as possible, and tune into your angel, tune into your guides, tune into your creator, tune into your soul and your other soul. Those are powerful assistants, powerful help, but we need to call on them. We need to call on them as much as possible for guidance and assistance. And the last card of the day is peace, is the Archangel Azrael. We sang this great wonderful archangel. Archangels are divine beings of light. They are where we want to be already. They are higher expressions of ourselves. Leave the past behind you. The future has so much more to offer. Surrender everything to God. So let go and let God as much as possible. For God is your higher self. Well, thank you very much. The paintings behind me, this one is called the Red Table. And it is like this sacred cup, the blue cup, where there's this blue light that emanates and englobe all the painting and everything. And here it's my friend Tali. Well, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.